Hello, everyone. What is going on? As I slowly turn on everybody's mics. Good afternoon. Welcome. We're back. We're here and just doing a mic check. Hello, hello. All right. I sound good. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hit and begin the episode. What is going on, everyone? Episode 117 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I'm your host, Silverback Senpai, and joining me across the table is none other than my two co-hosts, AJ and Waluigi.
Good afternoon. Wow,
What
I
it do?
almost said morning.
It's
Glad
been
to
a
be back.
while.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
glad to have you.
I know,
have you
I
back
know,
in
dude.
action.
Life be lifing, so
Yeah,
kind of have to
that's
take care of things. But I always prefer to be here.
Absolutely. And our guest today is none other than Unga Bunga. What is going on?
Hey there, how's it going? It's good to be here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Sounds good. All righty. As you already know, this episode of the podcast is available on all audio hosting platforms. Just look up South Florida Gamers Podcast and you will find us there. But we're mostly on Spotify. So, hey, if you have a Spotify, go ahead and, follow us there. Leave some comments and, share the podcast as well. So, without further ado, we have here a normal tradition. Whenever we have a new guest on the podcast, we always want to ask them what is their gaming origin story, like what got you into gaming. Give us that gaming background, that entire history of how did you become a gamer.
Well, I think it first started, I was about 5, I think. My mom got me I specifically remember, she got me a lime green DS Lite. That was the first console I owned. I played, a small couple of games. I mean, New Super Mario Bros. Obviously, everyone had that. I played a lot of Kirby Superstar Ultra, Starfy, Pokemon Platinum. And there's also some like slightly less popular ones. I remember. This is a bit of a funny thing. I played a bit of Fossil Fighters Champions. The reason for that, on like my 8th or 9th birthday, something like that, I invited a bunch of people over. They didn't know me, really. They just knew I was the autistic kid that likes dinosaurs. So, like, 4 people got me the exact same game. 4 people got me the exact same game. I still have one of them in the plastic seal.
Nice.
That's a way to start the episode. Fossil Fighters. That's awesome, actually. You don't hear anyone.
I've never heard of a game called Fossil Fighters. Before we continue, explain what Fossil Fighters is.
Well, it's what's the best way to describe it? I mean, it's an RPG, just monster collecting game. Obviously, not like Pokemon. Obviously, is the biggest. It's the most obvious comparison, but there's sort of 2 phases to the game. I guess there's 2 parts to the game. There's areas you roam around and collect fossils, and you have to basically play a mini game to get the fossils out of the rocks to collect all the different dinosaurs. Fight it out through a tournament setting or whatever.
Gotcha.
It's been a long time since I played it.
Gotcha. But okay, that's very interesting. Never heard of a game like that. Usually with how games are these days, depending on whatever genre that you have, you would at least hear something about it, but I've never heard something as unique as that.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Yeah,
That's
it definitely wasn't a super notable franchise. I believe it had like 3 games. The first one was either like a later GBA or an early DS title. Then there was Fossil Fighters Champion that did fairly well. And then a couple years later, like 2012, I think they made one for the 3DS which flopped, and then like no one really heard about it.
Mm.
Damn.
Gotcha. But continue with your gaming origin story.
So yeah, well, the DS was my first console. Then I had a Wii for a while. Weirdly enough, I don't have as many memories with the Wii. I'm not sure why. For most of my life, I was largely like a Nintendo baby. I had a Wii U growing up. I mean, didn't play too much out of the ordinary, really. Eventually, when I got the game, I kind of just got sucked into Smash for a while, and that was mostly what I played.
Mm.
And I got a Switch. I remember, like when I was younger, I also did have an Xbox. I mainly just used it to play Minecraft, though. And over time, I slowly broadened my horizons. I got a Switch. Eventually, I got a Steam Deck. Just been
Nice.
trying to play a few other games. You know, nothing really super like, nothing super interesting. Really story worthy.
Nah, you gotta let us know about the story. Like, for instance, what would be your favorite genres? Like your top 3 genres of when it comes to gaming.
Favorite genres?
Mm-hmm.
Fighting games are one.
Okay.
Metroidvanias probably,
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
and then sort of a weird toss up between either like FPS games or puzzle games.
Those are both great.
So what would you said you said you had a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
You have it currently.
Yeah.
What are you playing in it right now?
Well, the game I've been playing the most now has been Rivals of Aether 2.
Ooh, I've
Nice.
heard great things about the game.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that. Other than that, I've been trying like a couple little weird indie games, Well, not really weird. Just trying to get into some things that I played for a bit when I was younger and then sort of fell off. Like I replayed Shantae a little while back.
I've heard of Shantae.
Yes, those are classics.
Yeah, that's a good platformer.
Mm-hmm. And but yeah, not a ton of titles. I have a tendency to just kind of get suckered into one title and to just play mainly that for a while.
That's a good thing to have.
So would you say that's the main title you're focused on right now, or
Yeah, Rivals 2.
Rivals
is,
2?
is my yeah. On the other side, I'd probably be playing a lot of Marvel Rivals right now. I had fun when I tried it, but it doesn't really run properly on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, honestly,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
How so?
It just the frame rate is really choppy. When I tried it just to boot up the game, I had to take the Steam Deck out of its dock and then back in about like 4 times.
Oh,
Damn.
God.
Just to get through to the main menu. The game the game has absolutely blown up. Mostly good things. The most common complaint I hear about the game is it's not very well optimized, it definitely isn't. You can't play it on a potato, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't.
Hence why it's not on previous gen consoles like the PS4
Mhm.
and the Xbox One, because it's just not gonna run very
It
properly.
wouldn't make it alive.
Yeah, it wouldn't. So, because I know there's like a lot of people that are still, a generation behind, and they want to play Marvel Rivals, but it's just like, yo, you got to get a PS5 or X Series X.
If they have it
Yeah.
on the Switch too, I'll cry.
It's possible.
Because
Nah, I don't know
if
about that.
If Overwatch can do it, watch Marvel say, "Hey, we got
Yeah.
money for
Sin-
only the Switch community."
Since we're on the topic, there was actually something I wanted to bring up.
Sure.
I think there's something interesting going on with the gaming industry as a whole, because we're already several years into like the PS5, Xbox Series X generation,
Yeah.
but there's still an unusually high number of people stuck in the last generation, and honestly, there just hasn't been all that much to talk about, really, with the newest generation, and it makes me think we're several years into the cycle. We're probably like maybe 2 years away, probably, if the cycle continues at the general pace, from like the PS6 and whatever the new Xbox is.
I doubt that. I doubt we'll get like another like a PS6.
I don't think we're getting an Xbox anytime soon. With
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Let's say within like, I don't know, 3 years.
But I do agree that there are a good number of people that are still a generation behind, and I think that's simply due to the fact that there's still games coming out for the PS4.
And there's not much going on from what it looks like.
Yeah, and so it's like
Somewhat, like is,
so it's like the generational leap towards next gen. We're not seeing it with PS4 and PS5. Now, granted, the PS5 does run games a lot better. And you also have additional features like playing games at 120 hertz on the PS5 and X Series X. But as far as for the games aspect, like exclusive games or even multiplayer games, it's just not that big of a shift because I look at games like your sport games, like your Maddens, your FIFAs, your NBAs. They still got PS4 versions. So people who Grand Theft Auto, for example, GTA 5, people are still playing on the PS4 primarily.
They're probably still playing on PS3. Let's be real.
I don't think people are playing the PS.
I
People didn't play on
I
the
don't know about a
PS3 when it
PS3.
came out.
Yeah,
They're gonna play the original vanilla version with nothing changed.
but I do agree with you when you with that. Like, there's not that much of a generational leap. There's not there's not a high demand to go play the next gen. Like when we look at PS3 and PS4, there was that demand,
There was a
Yeah.
huge one.
Absolutely.
a huge one because
Massive.
and the support for the PS3 games started to like dwindle off. I would
It
say
dropped.
yeah, it completely dropped. I would say like maybe year 2 to almost year 3 of the PS4's life cycle is when we started seeing no more support, no more games coming for the PS3 or the Xbox 360. Everything is just new gen across
Yeah.
because more people are getting PS4s because there was that demand and there was that generational leap because we started seeing games much differently than how we saw it on the PS3 and the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, with PlayStation especially, I think they've had sort of a weird pattern ever since the PS2. You know, the PS2 came out like most popular console of all time.
Yes.
And then immediately they almost crashed and burned with the PS3, you know, Mr. $600 giant enemy crab over
We
here.
were
Yeah.
I can't forget we were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were talking
then,
about that price.
You know, PS4 came out probably it was a big success for them. And then PS5 came out, you know, COVID stagnation hasn't
Yep.
quite been as
Yeah,
big
that's
of a launch.
Yeah.
biggest flop launch in history
Yeah. Definitely.
for both.
yeah.
Mainly for PS5, but for both the Xbox. Because let's be honest, I have not touched an Xbox in years. Like it's been years, and also got to take into account that now exclusives are becoming very obsolete.
Absolutely.
So that also kind of could explain partly why you know what you were saying, why there isn't like such a generational leap between the between the PS5 and possibly the next PS6 and the next Xbox, because everything's becoming obsolete now, and also everything's
Yeah,
a little
sort of-
expensive.
Sort of a unification, I guess. Sort of, there's a stagnation, sort of.
Yeah.
Because like Nintendo's over there in their own lane.
Yeah.
They're pretty much an entirely separate market. But then you know, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, everything has become slowly more homogenized in a way,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is
Well-
something I was actually thinking of really recently. I think in the future, you know, Steam Valve has been like they tried experimenting with the Steam Deck. I'm thinking if they at some point try to create like a home console more of a competitor to like PlayStation and Xbox, they could just take over the market.
Yeah.
If they could create a console pretty much just something around like the power of a PS5 at a decently competitive price that runs Steam, they've just kind of crushed everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has been some competition like the Rogue Ally. Been some people just modding their Steam Decks and just saying, "Hey, screw it, let's just make it better." Because I've seen people just install RAM so they can play Elden Ring at a higher quality rate
On a Steam Deck.
on a Steam Deck.
Jeez.
You have to see that clip. Someone actually took out the RAM, just plugged it in, have it running super fast to keep it cool, just so they can play Elden Ring.
Jesus.
Yeah, the desires of a gamer is real. That's the one thing I could say. And plus, with any new game, you could just get it, wait for like a discount code on CD keys and just get it on PC nowadays, is what it looks like.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, this might be $70, but let me just wait till it's 50. Or just get it like on sale.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the reason why if Valve decides to create a console more in lieu of that, even if it's a bit more expensive, say it's $600 compared to $500, it will likely be worth it for people, not only for the larger library, but they can end up spending so much less on games because there's way more sales on Steam.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay for PS Plus or anything like that.
Yeah. That's the big
Memberships
one.
are a killer.
Yeah. It definitely is
They're a
because
blessing and a killer. Like some people, like Xbox, for example, has the Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah.
But then you have PlayStation with its memberships that are what, $100 a year. Or
Well,
it
the
depends.
yeah, because they do theirs on a tier based system, so it went from $60 for so many years all the way up to now it's like I think 70 to
Yeah.
close to $80 a year
Yeah.
for PlayStation Plus, and that's at the lowest level.
Yeah,
and I think the highest level is like maybe $120.
Yeah, and like
a year.
we've heard rumblings that they're planning on trying to increase the price. I've heard rumors, like when GTA 6 comes out in 2032 or whatever, that they're planning to try and charge up to $100 for it. That would be like
Why?
that would be insane.
Just get it on Steam like a normal person, or just wait the year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Actually, we're gamers. We're not gonna wait. Let me be real for a second.
Xbox used to do that. They used to have tiers, but it wasn't like a year thing.
Yeah,
it
they
was
had
just like
they had gold
like
and
a month and then 3 months and then a year. That's all they had.
oh yeah, they had just Xbox Silver and,
And-
Xbox Gold.
Yeah, silver and gold. PlayStation just I don't know.
Dude,
I recent like the other day, no, yesterday, I went to the PlayStation store and then I saw what's it called? PlayStation Premium?
yeah,
What?
I
yeah.
I don't know, maybe
Premium's a higher tier.
yeah, maybe I just haven't
like a year ago, so I forgot.
yeah, maybe I just haven't like been attentive to the store at all because I hardly ever go to it. But seeing that, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's kind of like it's just similar to Game Pass, basically.
Yeah.
Similar to Game Pass.
Just lame.
I feel like it's more expensive. I've not
It's a fancy
delved
one.
into the price of it because I'm not gonna buy that. But okay, let me not say I'm not going to because there are some games that I'm like
You wouldn't think
kinda
about
wanna
investing
play,
into
I
it
wanna
yet.
play. For example, I want to after playing Ninja Gaiden 2, I want to play 3 now, but I want to play Razor's Edge. I can't play Razor's Edge unless I have Premium, which I think it's fucking slimy of them to do that, but whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth paying that much just to play one game. You know?
I will say that you missed. I know that you missed the PlayStation podcast episode, which we discussed a whole lot about PlayStation,
Yeah.
and I think the main reason why, like Ninja Gaiden 3, it existed on a previous gen console, but you can't play it on the PS5 or even on the PS4 because PlayStation doesn't want to have backwards compatibility on the PS5 with PS3 games. And I've made and I continue to keep making the argument that I wish that there's a way that they can integrate the PS3 library store,
Mm-hmm.
the online store, with current gen, because there has to be a reason why they're keeping it alive even up until this year. There's a reason why, and it's just like that would be a good benefit for Sony to integrate that library of the PS3 with the PS5, but I'm guessing it hasn't happened yet because they have not figured out the code to make that happen.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just they would have already just canceled out the PS3 online store, because they already canceled the PlayStation Vita online store because
Yeah.
hey, it failed, it flopped, now it's gone,
Yeah.
and it sucks. And I wish that backwards compatibility was a thing with the PlayStation, but now Sony is seeing the value of it, and that this is what gamers want. But then again, whoever's in charge, I mean, there's also a new person in charge now, but we'll talk about that on Thursday's episode. But it's just whoever's at charge, just like making some really bad decisions.
They
and
don't understand gamers.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they don't
Yeah,
understand
they
The
gamers.
don't-
best way I could say it.
Yeah, they don't know gamers. It's just all about the profit margin.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all about profit, and just like, well, hey, we don't have backwards compatibility, but if you pay an extra fee, you'll be able to play this game on our
Yeah, I know.
streams, on our streaming
And it's
service.
not the same. That's what sucks.
It's not
Yeah.
the same thing. It's just I would have to say that's probably the biggest issue with gaming these days. It's who like those in charge. It seems like they never played a game in their life.
Yeah.
They could say
mean-
they could say that all they want, but
Yeah.
for the most part,
You can say this issue that just about any industry on the planet almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
The people in charge to control all the money, they don't know the industry. They just know how much money they can make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which,
It's
you know,
a shame.
and since we've been on the topic, you commonly cover here the whole state of the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one other big worry I have. It's that they try to make everything the next big thing. Just budgets for AAA games are getting bigger and bigger and
Yes.
bigger. They try putting all their eggs into one basket, and then when it flops, they panic.
They're treating it like as if it's Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
It's
just
the
make.
same
Yeah.
the same issue. Just
Yeah.
there's I think it's really unfortunate because if you had multiple games, multiple studios going with smaller budgets, like you obviously have a higher chance of finding a diamond in the rough. You have
Yeah.
a higher chance of finding something really with passion put into it that people didn't think would go off the way that it did. But when you have they're working on one game like $200 million behind it, and then it's people just find it boring, and all that work has essentially gone to waste to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's simply due to the fact that they just do not understand gamers. What do they want and whatnot, and they just they overinflate themselves with that. And had they just taken the time to see what gamers want, what appeals to them, then you would make your money. Then you would make your profit. Like how often. I've said in the PlayStation podcast, especially with PlayStation, like we're seeing PlayStation taking L's with these big budget AAA games that they're producing or whatnot. But I'm and myself and many other fans are like, you guys have so many IPs under your belt that you guys do not want to use or push out, and you're wondering why you guys are losing money. When you can look at game companies like Capcom and Sega, they know they have a lot of IPs under their belt, and guess what? They're slowly bringing them back.
Yeah.
They're slowly reviving them because they know that there's a group of gamers that still exist that used to play these games back in the 90s and 2000, 2010, that, hey, that crowd still exists. They're still alive. So guess what? Bring these series back, maybe do a new continuation, or hell, even a reboot. And then you'll see that, we'll make profit.
Absolutely.
But PlayStation doesn't want to do that because apparently they just want to go in a new direction, which I understand and I can respect that. But if you do not cater to your gamers, you'll fail. And that's on you.
Yeah, it's been a big issue for a while. I think we do need to bring some things back. Now, there is a limit. There's some series out there that you hear people on Twitter or social media or whatever say that they want to bring back, but deep down you kind of know that they're not going to be that successful. Like, let's be honest, if they make a new Star Fox, it's probably not going to do that well, no matter how much those 20 people on Twitter yell.
It's the copium.
Meanwhile, me.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Like as much as I would love a brand new Star Fox game, it's
may-
like if you were to try to bring it back and completely botch it, I'd be like, they're just. I understand the argument. Like certain games don't need to come back because it's like it's perfect the way it is. Like
Right.
Yeah.
leave it as it is.
Yeah, there's still some things that absolutely do need to be brought back, because I was still talking earlier about the whole stagnation. I think a while back the top 10 best-selling games of 2024 came out,
Yeah,
and
I
like
saw that.
half of them were just like the yearly sports titles.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
It was
I
just
mean,
like
Yeah.
it was there was the Dragon Ball game. I think Elden Ring was still on it somehow, and then all of it was just like the rest of it was just a yearly slop.
Yeah.
yearly slop.
That's the best way to
I like
describe
Yeah. It
I
is.
like
That's really a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
Really slough.
It is because
Some people
Call of
Same-
Duty comes out
same
every
shit.
year.
Every fucking
Yeah.
year, same shit.
Yeah. There's always a new Madden. There's always a new FC or FIFA.
Or
There's always a new
WWE.
NBA.
Yeah.
So it's like, those games, because you have your casual gamers that like that's all they play. Call
Yeah.
of Duty, Madden, FIFA, NBA 2K, GTA 5,
WWE,
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all
it.
the games that they play, and a bunch
Yeah.
of free-to-play games.
Yeah,
That's it.
It's just they won't play a game unless it has a gun or a ball in it, or like if they play a fighting game, it's Mortal Kombat. That's why it sells well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is the game for people who only play COD and 2K.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
You
the
said
best way to
You
describe
said
it.
it actually
Best
so
way.
boldly.
Yeah.
Is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
God,
Man, the MK community is going to get us for this one. We're just
that's fine.
we're going to type it out. Don't worry.
They'll live.
It's all right. We can just go to a major. They don't show up.
Yeah.
Please clip that for the love of God.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, I was not expecting the ammunition. I love it.
Yes, but it's true though.
It is
It is
true.
so
How many
true.
people were for Combo Breaker? I think there was like 50 people. I think there was like 50, 58.
Wait, was that the one where like they destroyed the stage?
Yes,
No, that was Frosty Fauci.
Frosty.
Oh,
A lot of stages were destroyed. CEO was one of them last year.
Well, it wasn't a stage. It was just the guy just threw a chair.
Yeah, causing property damage.
all the parents in the '90s tried to warn us: Mortal Kombat is going to turn everyone violent.
Bro.
It's just the pop-offs are unrealistic.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. It is a very, I wouldn't say sad state of affairs, but we are seeing like a shift in gaming to where people who are in the know, they're voting with their wallets this time, and they'll be like, "Yo, we're not accepting this.
Yeah.
We're not gonna accept like borderline trash. Otherwise, you will go out of business. You will start hemorrhaging a lot of money." You look at EA and of course Ubisoft; they're hemorrhaging money.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
oh my god.
You just reminded me. There's another casual game, Final Fantasy 14. The game that's always in the Game of the Year edition.
Somehow, but
You know I'm not wrong. 'Cause
no.
That's
Hell
a
no.
like there's casual console games, but there's casual online games as well.
Oh yeah,
Like you have League of Legends, that's still on the Game of the Year.
Valorant,
Valorant,
Dota 2,
Overwatch still.
Counter Strike 2.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be Marvel Rivals.
Yes,
Yeah.
Marvel
yeah,
Rivals
yeah.
is
Yeah.
definitely climbing up there.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be next on the list. In
I'm gonna
PlayStation.
and I'm gonna be honest. That's also gonna turn into a yearly slop.
Yes,
Marvel Rivals is already like
it is a free to
Yeah.
play,
I-
but
I
premium
think-
skins.
That's
nothing
I think
impressive.
that's probably like the last
I don't know. Sue Storm is.
the last sort of archetype of game that's really gotten into the major circle of like popular every year.
mhm.
Because like obviously before Marvel Rivals hit the scene, Overwatch had that spot for a long time.
yeah.
Mhm.
To where
And then-
they're just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
oh, shoot, I
now
gotta make
Marvel
changes.
Rivals has taken over the spot. Then you, of course, you always have like the couple of competitors trying to find the way up to modest to underwhelming success. And in a couple, and eventually, several years from now, there's probably going to be another big one that crops up. It's the newest sort of archetype of game that's found itself in the major circle, along with the yearly sports games and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I feel like eventually people are gonna get burnt out from that same game type because with Overwatch it was happening. You know, the Overwatch 1, especially Overwatch 2, everyone's just being burnt out. It's the same shit from the first game.
Burnout.
And now we literally just have a carbon copy of what Overwatch is, just painted differently.
It's a different style.
And better.
It is better.
Unfortunately, it is better.
It is better in some ways. Like I still think there are some things about Overwatch that I prefer over Marvel Rivals.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though. But it's the same. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It is better, but it's the same shit. People are eventually gonna get burnt out of hero shooters like that. So we'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah, let's just give it another year, like everything else.
But I do expect Rivals to really like go for a while. Say kind of.
Yeah,
I would argue.
Marvel's an IP.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now it's got a rocket strapped to its back.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got
It's going.
everything going for it. It has the big IP behind
Mhm.
it. It is legit. It is a legitimately good game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People have been making big events for it and all that.
Yeah,
There's leagues.
Yeah, it's
competitions.
definitely going for a pretty long run.
yeah. It's going. I see it happening for sure. So, but not everything lasts. So until then,
We've learned this.
ever like just enjoy it.
There's some fighting
Yeah.
games that are going down, like Multiverses is shutting down.
Oh,
online.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiverses.
That's gonna be a topic
Possibly
later.
one of the biggest fumbles in gaming.
That's live service.
Yeah.
Live
Yeah, I saw a
service,
meme. Dude, I saw a meme of I don't know if you guys seen the Sonic movie, but it was like, "Oh, multiverses, you're no Super Smash Bros." I was like, damn.
That hurts.
Yeah,
That
I
has-
saw that.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
Warner,
dude.
Warner Brothers took a jab at.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jabbed heavy.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate, honestly, because it was such a big missed opportunity. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like they had the beta, everything was going great, peaches and cream, all that. Then they shut the game down for a year.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And then they're like, hey,
and
we're
it
back.
comes back, and now it's like everyone's swimming through molasses, and no one likes it anymore.
Yeah.
Except for like the 3 people that play Bugs Bunny still to this day. Or LeBron James.
And now it's shut down, and everyone is apologizing to KOF 15.
Yes. Yeah, because
in a KOF 15.
because it took because Multiversus the beta took the Game of the Year award spot.
Yeah, the
fighting game of the year. A
I
beta.
forgot about that.
Yeah, a beta.
That's insane.
Was that also the year that like, wait, was that the year before or year after Last of Us 2 won everything?
That was Last of Us 2 was 2020.
Mm.
Yeah, it literally just won everything.
Yeah, better than a remastered, thank God.
I would say that's another fucking yearly slop.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, at this
Are we
point,
talking about the definitive remastered edition or the Grandmaster edition? That's probably
Bro, like, I don't know. See, I don't know at this point.
Cash grab.
Yeah, it's
It's a cash
oh,
grab.
the
Cash
Cash Grab
Grab
Master
game.
edition.
how
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, this is the greatest game
Last of
ever.
Us 2, give us your money edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Man, there's so much we can talk about the gaming industry. It's been a
The
while.
fact that they haven't even made a third one.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, if the gaming industry has evolved one thing rapidly, it's cash grabs. We've come a long way from the days of Horse Armor DLC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Horse Armor DLC from Skyrim.
Yeah,
Good times.
I remember that was the biggest laughing stock in the gaming industry back in the day.
Yeah.
Nay.
The gaming industry, it's not in turmoil. It's still in a good space.
Yeah,
It's still in a good space. It's just that
It's very sporadic. It's
yeah,
all over.
Yeah.
and
I mean-
as I said before, not to cut you off, as I said before, like gamers are now becoming more aware of what they spend their money on because
Mhm.
I hate to say this, but not every game deserves to be $70 because
Fuck
the
no.
quality, because we're expecting good quality, good content, good in-game content. Like the game has to feel like, okay, this game, what I experienced made me feel like, you know what, the $70 was actually worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth dropping $70 for it.
You know
But
your Cash Grab?
most other games are not up to that par. I would say, if anything, they're $60 at best.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude.
keep it there. And
Ye-
now you hear talks or even rumors about now they're wanting to raise gaming prices to about $100 just for a standard edition. When Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, a lot of people are speculating that like other gaming companies are gonna follow suit. It's like no. That's not gonna work
No,
because
Good
not
luck.
GTA.
yeah, you're not GTA.
Yeah, you're not.
It's like stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
But
Yeah.
you know what's another
I
game
think-
that's a cash grab? Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
What?
Yeah, they made the meme into an actual game.
Yeah, but I think it is important to remember the gaming industry is still in a good spot.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to realize because, if you're thinking back to the days of something like Horse Armor DLC, the gaming industry as a whole is way bigger.
Yeah.
So there's more good stuff coming out than ever. There's just a lot more filler as well that you
Yes.
kind of have to try to push that to the side and realize that there's still a lot of good going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's a good filler that happened recently? Concord.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They
I never even played it.
they
so.
really just gave you another game just to wait.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
They
It's-
just gave you filler.
I will
Yeah.
say another filler right now, which is what I talked about before we started the podcast is Ninja Gaiden 2.
Oh.
Yes, it's filler because it's the same game we played back in 2008. I think that's when it came out.
Whatever.
Was it 2000? No, not 2008. Yeah, no, 2008. Yeah, 2008 was when it came out. Yeah, filler, but it's like here's the appetizer before
The real game.
Ninja Gaiden
Yeah.
4 comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm praying
I mean-
that this like kind of not changes everything for gaming, but just it's good to have something familiar back.
Yeah.
Now I know bringing things back from the past isn't always like the best thing because like when they overdo it again and again and again, it's like, dude, come on, like make something new, right?
Yeah.
They are doing something. They are taking a new approach with Ninja Gaiden 4, which I'm not too crazy about. I'm just happy to see that a hack and slash, such a famous hack and slash, is back in like an industry filled with Souls-like games.
Damn.
He returned. Ryu Hayabusa. I'm like, finally, fuck. I got kind of tired of the Souls-like games. Like, don't get me wrong. I love them. Well,
No, you.
I'm not, because I'm gonna sound like a fake fan right now because I never really actually played a Souls-like game. The closest I've been to was Wukong, and maybe Stellar Blade. I don't know if.
Nah,
like-
Stellar Blade's
No,
more
it
of a hack and slash.
okay, all right.
Oh, my lord.
But okay, so that's a perfect example of what I would like to see
Yeah, more
Ninja
hack-
Gaiden 4 to
more
be like.
more quality hack and slash game.
Yes.
There we go.
Now, don't get me wrong. I want, and it definitely looks like from the trailer that Ninja Gaiden 4 is gonna still feel the same as it felt, which is awesome.
Mm.
I still want some elements. I'm hoping they bring some like new elements into it that can really make it feel modernized, but also feel familiar. So, like, I have high hopes because, dude, it's Team Ninja and Platinum Games. They
Yeah.
gave us, Platinum Games gave us Nier, Bayonetta,
Yeah.
Devil May Cry. Dude, I have no doubts. And honestly, if they want to delay the game, by all means, go for it. But I'm excited. But yeah, back to the filler thing. Like, some filler is good. You know, the gaming industry really isn't in a bad place.
Yeah.
No.
It's kind of like everything else. You know, there's like you got the good shit and the bad shit. Lately, like, and I think it also depends on like the perspective of the gamer because you know every gamer, you know, doesn't play like not all of us play the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So you know, for some people it might be really bad. For others, might be really good. But it's good, like what you said, to push certain things to the side and kind of like stay within
Yeah.
what you're
Within
enjoying.
your bubble.
Yeah, within your bubble, and also it won't hurt to explore.
Not at all.
But you know, stay within your bubble and enjoy that. Enjoy what you have right now. So that's why
Yeah.
some fillers pretty good.
Yeah,
So
you don't need to really worry about all the yearly stuff coming out. It's not
Mhm.
going to overtake the entire industry.
Exactly.
You still have, you know, like Ninja Gaiden. It's looking like it's gonna be. It could be really, really, really good. I've heard a lot of people being really happy about it.
yeah,
Everyone has their little thing that they're looking forward to, and we have all these little spheres of still great quality that's going on.
so I'm happy. I'm happy with how the gaming industry is right now. Of course, not everything, but for the most part, I'm happy. You know, I'm enjoying the filler I have right now. I still have other games to finish, and I've been kind of considering going back to Destiny.
Oh Lord.
I mean,
You
But-
fanatic.
But hey, you know, like I said, I'm enjoying. I have a lot on my plate that I am enjoying. So
Yeah.
gaming is like, it's good.
yeah.
It's good.
Like, I think the best way to summarize it is that gaming it's a lot bigger. It's not just a hobby for nerds. Everyone is playing games.
Mhm.
So they have that sphere over there that appeals to the silent majority, that appeals to the normies, so to speak.
Mhm.
Because I don't really, for lack of a better term, but we all still have our own little spheres of quality games that we all personally enjoy, and they aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm happy.
So that's
about
why I
that.
think gaming is still in a very solid spot.
I agree.
I mean, let's be real. It's never gonna go away.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Ever,
it's
ever,
not.
ever. It's never gonna
Yeah.
go away.
Not even with the internet down.
Yeah, no.
We will complain about it, but it's just not gonna go away.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Next topic is give us your you had to be there moments. What moments could you describe as you had to be there? Like something that you've experienced.
I mean, personally, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of things I can say because I feel like I haven't been there for that many huge moments. I mean, I'm not. I'm still quite young. I don't go out much. I don't know. Just. I mean, if we're talking just like the gaming industry as a whole, I guess I'm not really sure. The best answers I could give aren't like a individual moment really in one point of time. Just I guess a good example is something that a moment that happens for someone individually.
Yeah.
Just like for example with fighting game going to your first major. That's for everyone. That's their own moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. You use that as
Yeah.
an example.
You can use anything.
Like for me, the first major I went to was CEO 2023
Awesome.
in Daytona, and it was a lot of fun. It took honestly a lot to push myself to actually make that drive and go over there,
Mhm.
but I'm glad I did, and now I feel like I'm more into this, like just a one step more into the sphere, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that when you first go to your first major event, whether it's a gaming event or even a fighting game event, you always have now after you've experienced this, like I want to go to more. I want to experience more because I thoroughly enjoyed this, and that's how it was for myself and Waluigi
That's true.
when we went to CEO in
2021.
2021. Like we made the drive there, and I just remember like everyone just hanging out in the lobby, whatnot, just playing sets or whatnot, and then boom, day one, you go inside, you're going through the halls, you're pretty much walking all day, and you don't even realize that your feet are hurting because you're having so much fun.
You're having it's
It
adrenaline.
was a lot of fun. I think it was especially fun for me because I actually won a medal, even though it was the single least deserved medal of anything going on. I like to say I won the second least deserved fourth place award in a fighting game right behind DSP.
Damn.
Yeah, that is a medal indeed.
I got fourth place in a 20-person bracket. I'm the best.
Hell yeah. Was there only 4 medals or was it like a top 8?
It was 4 medals.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I got fourth in their Pokken side bracket.
Oh snap, Pokken?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a joke. That game
Yeah.
is serious.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
We have a couple friends of ours that play Pokken.
Yeah.
They're scary. It's like Tekken with extra steps.
Yeah.
And speaking of first experiences going to like a major, we also took AJ to one major with us.
TNS.
No, CEO Taco.
CEO Taco.
I'm sorry. They're all
During when Mortal Kombat 1 first came
Oh
out.
yeah. Sorry, I
the
got
first week of it too.
Yeah.
First week.
I've never seen a man so pissed off. I've never seen a casual so pissed off.
the look AJ had on his face. He was just
Dude,
He was like, I just want to play the game, and he got cooked by Molina.
the dude was not letting me breathe.
no.
Yeah, that's ass play.
And I'm looking at him like, are you gonna teach me like something?
No.
No.
And he's just quiet. He's just there.
You're gonna learn.
I'm like, okay, bro.
Yeah, he was
Whatever,
playing Smackbox.
man.
I remember this video.
What fucking ever.
We learned our mistakes, and we gotta learn to ask these type of questions.
I mean, I started picking up on his shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, man.
And then after CEO Taku, AJ did get a little bit better at the game.
Until
He understood like okay.
I understand it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
understand
you're playing some guy who's been playing Mortal Kombat for 15 years. I didn't have online guides. You're gonna learn the hard way.
yeah,
Yeah.
I who did I start? I started with Liu Kang.
yes,
Yeah.
I ended up with
Johnny Cage.
which he's pure.
And
he's still.
I love him.
He's still broke.
But it's just something about the game that just it didn't make me stick. I mean, it did flop. The game flopped.
We gotta get you in
Yeah.
Street Fighter. Again.
So with Street Fighter,
Yeah, it flopped. It flopped for it's like I said before. Mortal Kombat's the fighting game for people who only play COD and 2K.
Yeah.
It absolutely flopped in the fighting game sphere.
Yeah.
But it didn't flop in the larger gaming sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like MK1 still stagnant, and that's scary.
Yeah, because it's a
yeah.
casual gamer's favorite
Scary
fighting
a little
game.
bit.
yeah.
So they're gonna keep updating it for the casual players. They just released Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, it's another game I think
Go
I don't want to say flopped, but Sparking Zero kind of fell off a little bit.
Well, the online aspect kind of fell off, and then
a little bit.
yeah.
and with the online tournaments as well, like because now people are not doing tournaments of that game anymore because people just
Yeah.
they like that first 3 weeks
Was
huge
hell.
boom.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
hell.
fun as fuck.
I think expectations, especially in the fighting game sphere, were set unrealistically high.
Yeah.
Because
a game like that.
everyone was so hyped to think this is going to be the best game ever made. Then 2 weeks pass, and then, oh, right, this is a Dragon Ball arena fighter. This
And
is
this is
not going to be
Bandai.
balanced. We
Yeah,
can't-
yeah, it
This is
can't.
Bandai, this
Yeah.
is Bandai Namco.
Yeah, you can't.
It can't.
Yeah.
So and
It's still miles above all the other, like, that Jujutsu Kaisen
Oh
anime
my
fighter.
God.
what the fuck?
People got their money back.
Yeah.
No.
Is how bad
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, you're not going to be seeing this at EVO, probably.
No, fuck, no, of course
No,
not.
not even a side tournament. Want to put that out? That's too much energy.
But yeah, I feel like it just it was its own worst enemy. But actually, no, not its own worst enemy. It was the players' its own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Like
Always.
the players, just especially those kind of players. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
The ones that just kept flying up and down.
Yeah,
instead of playing the
they
game.
they just they ruined it for a lot of people. I watched a lot of YouTubers talk about it. Like even like YouTubers who really took the game serious. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna like give it my all in this game, right? And they're like, yeah, no, I can't do this no more because it's the same crap, the same kind of players over and over again.
Yeah.
You kind of can't
I
enjoy
mean,
it.
Eventually, if you try to take something that's meant for casuals and make it as competitive as possible, very good odds you're gonna end up finding one cheap at one, like,
Yup.
well, cheap is a relative term, really.
We know what you
But yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna find that one thing that most people don't find fun,
Yep.
but it's the most effective strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what leads to games like this not really having a large competitive scene.
Yeah, that's why I uninstalled it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was having fun with it. And I wanted to have fun with my favorite characters. But
Yeah.
I couldn't do it because if I entered a freaking ranked match and people saw I was using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they would either leave or
get something more broken.
that. But Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was already broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes they would just leave, and I'm like, I can't and I didn't want to be that player that's like always using Gogeta, and have everyone think, oh, this guy's gonna be another cheese. Get like, no, like, I actually like this character. That's why I play him. But yeah, it was a bad experience. Like after like the initial launch, because that was awesome.
Yeah.
The initial launch was super awesome. I loved it, but yeah, I would say that's another game that kind of flopped. Kinda, I say kinda because I know people are still playing it. People
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's still super fun.
Especially the Dragon Ball Superhero expansion that
E-
just came out. It
Oh
looks-
yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna Gohan.
Yeah.
It looks good. Like,
But I feel like that came out a little too late. I feel like that came out.
it came out when it was supposed to. Sadly.
Yeah, it did. It's
Yeah.
it's just the fact that the player base kind of just dwindled
Just
down,
dwindled
and then
so
of
little.
course all the balance, and of course all the balancing that devs tried to do with the game because people want the game to be balanced and whatnot. By the time it actually happened, to the where the game was going to be balanced, they were going to fix a couple of things to make the gameplay a lot balanced for everybody. Majority of that audience already left.
Yeah.
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 Which, I
I
mean,
still cannot forget the Android 16 flying up and down multiple times.
oh my.
All this guy just did was flying up and down, so he was hard to grab or hard to attack. So the guy just gave up.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
androids
there's-
were busted.
Yeah, I mean, there's a wide variety of reasons that a game can fail competitively.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's either it's just not very well balanced, it's meant for a more casual audience, or it can be something just the game as a whole didn't succeed either casually or competitively, or it can be something a bit more unique, like it's just not very accessible for something like locals.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've definitely had that issue myself as a fan of Pokken, because if you try to play that game on LAN, you can't just hook up a switch and go. You have to MacGyver 2 switches together in some kind of human centipede like abomination, because the game doesn't work properly on one console. The game, I'm sorry for bringing this up. I rant about this anytime I get the chance.
Go on.
Go for it.
It's
Mike's yours.
yeah, with you gotta remember the Switch is not well, it's not a very powerful system, and this is also a unique game where it swaps between a 3D arena style like game and 2D. So it kind of needs two screens, and the Switch itself isn't really powerful enough for that. So if you try to run the game on LAN, the setup is you have two monitors, you have two switches, each connected to one monitor. Then you have to get a crossover LAN cable to connect. Yeah, you have to get a specific type of LAN cable to connect the two switches. That's why I said some kind of human centipede monster.
Yeah, it sounds like auto.
Yeah, and then you have to mess with the IP settings and everything. It's a nightmare.
That sounds like an abomination.
Yeah, it's not the only game that's had that issue. I remember talking with someone a while back. I think Mario Tennis Aces randomly had that same issue where you have to put two consoles together. But with a game like that, if you have to combine two consoles together, it's not very feasible for it to have a local scene.
Yeah.
Because it's just too resource intensive. Because I love that game to death.
Right.
That's why I've tried running things and largely failed. But it's just so hard to set up. And plus that game had the separate issue of that game had so many things running against it, because you'd think, oh, Pokemon, it's a fighting game with Pokemon, it's gonna succeed, but it's on a console that people don't play fighting games on.
Yeah.
The game got zero advertising. It's not an orthodox game, and you can't set up locals for it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's hard to get people in the door.
Interesting. Because I thought about wanting to do maybe a Pokken like a Pokken tournament here at Flynn's, but after what you've just described and whatnot, just like oof, that now I see why there's not a Pokken scene in South Florida.
Yeah.
Now I see why, because it's just
The 5 players are going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and I mean, well, some
Love you,
of
Jen.
the people like that really did like the game left. Like Kino played it a lot, and he isn't around no more.
right.
Wow.
That's interesting. So I'll have to ask you this. Now we have the Nintendo Switch 2 coming pretty soon. Would you hope what if Nintendo were to do another Pokemon game for their next console? What could you hope to expect that they would get correct for the next version?
I mean, there's things that I'd hope to change and things that I think they would change, and that Venn diagram is damn near two circles. I mean, the biggest most obvious things are better netcode and a way to play like locals properly with one system, even if it still requires two monitors because of the way the camera works.
Right.
It would still be a lot more manageable if you could do it on just one console.
Would the option for split screen to where you have player 1 and player 2
Yeah,
split screen,
yeah.
would that be feasible?
Yeah, well, there actually is a split screen option in the game. There's two issues. Like, well, with the one on the Switch. The first issue is that, well, it's on one monitor, there's cramped space, but you could deal with that. The second issue is the most mind-boggling thing I have ever seen for any competitive game. If you run the game split screen on one console, on one monitor, the game's 30 FPS.
Oh wow.
I know. I don't know why. It's probably because the Switch has the processing power of a phone from 2016. The game doesn't run at proper FPS. That's another. So if the Switch 2 has the capability to run the game like on LAN properly with one system, even if it's split screen, like instantly the game would have so much more potential to run like locals.
Right.
And that's where the grassroots of a competitive scene comes with. You could have bigger events at larger tourneys. Just it would be a lot more successful in the competitive sphere.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, that, and obviously, like I said, the net code, because Nintendo.
Yeah. I listen. I've heard the complaints. I've seen a lot of it.
Nintendo and Bandai, to a lesser extent.
Yeah. And even though we do have games like Strive that's gonna also go to the Switch or whatnot, that's coming to the Switch. I hope if rollback netcode does work on the Switch, how does the netcode with that game is going
Yeah,
to
I'm
fare
pretty
out?
sure. I'm pretty sure that the Switch players are like quarantined, so to speak.
Yes.
Switch players are only playing with other Switch players. I don't
Mm,
think it's
crossplay.
yeah, which that's for the best.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. All right. Next topic, and that is what are your gaming pet peeves? What are some things that just annoy you, irk you when it comes to gaming? And then, of course, I'll ask everyone on the table or whatnot because we all have our pet peeves. But the mic's yours.
All right, biggest gaming pet peeves. I have to decide if it's like with people who play games, with the industry. I mean, I guess just to sort of open the field here, just an obvious one that a lot of people complain about, like day one updates and often just really bloated updates in general. You know, just things taking up too much space, having to update constantly.
That is very annoying, guys.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah,
It still is annoying.
Have a
So
1
annoying.
terabyte like SD card or something. Oh, I can play 3 AAA games.
Yeah, valid. That's valid. Anything else? Any other pet peeves?
Biggest pet peeves.
Locals, people, gaming, events. There's no wrong answer.
Huh. I mean,
You want us to come back to you?
yeah.
All right. Waluigi, AJ, y'all gaming pet peeves.
I kind of want to zero in on what you said. The updates, lack of storage, stuff like that. How big games get. The fact that I have to download a game and wait 3-5 hours for it to finish downloading so I can actually enjoy the game. That shit's annoying. It's like obviously I don't know how it works. I don't know how consoles work nowadays, but back then you just put the disc and that's it.
Yep.
Game's ready.
Yep.
I'm not ask. Actually, yes, I am asking for that back because
Yeah.
come on, like I get excited for a game to play it. For example, with Wukong, I was so hyped that opening mission, awesome. I'm like, holy, wow, this is amazing.
Mhm.
And then takes me to like some screen and says, "Oh, you gotta wait until the rest of the game finishes out." I'm like, seriously, dude, you just edged me for like a good 20 minutes, and now I have to wait 3 hours to continue the edging session. What the hell? Come on, like what is that? It's so annoying. This it happens with every game. It happened with re-downloading Ninja Gaiden 2. Which was so weird because when I played the first mission,
Mhm.
the first chapter, the whole thing was in Japanese, and I knew that I put the language in English, but the reason why is because the rest of the game wasn't, and I didn't know that. I was like, oh, I thought it was just gonna, I thought it was just like a weird mistake that I made. No, it was I had to wait 3 hours for that game to. I'm like, dude, come on, the game is not that big. Why do I have to wait that long?
Yeah.
I hate that I have to keep deleting games to update other games. And I keep telling myself like I'm gonna go get an external hard drive because I can't keep doing this. This is so annoying. But I feel like even with an external hard drive,
You're gonna have to replace it sooner or later,
yeah,
or you just get a bigger one.
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, the hell, like I don't know. Like they come out with these awesome systems, PS5, awesome, but dude, come on, man. Like, give it like the storage that it deserves. I don't want to have to like jump through hoops.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's that
We either need more storage or we need the games to be the game file size to be smaller. The art of compression has been lost.
yeah.
Oh, extremely lost.
Now I imagine that specifically is pretty hard to do.
Yeah, like in the modern sphere.
Yeah, because with how games look and how games perform nowadays, I can't imagine compressing all that into a smaller file. But at least the consoles themselves need to compensate for that, so they should have bigger storage. You know, again, I don't want to have to like delete other games to re-download another one and blah 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 blah. Like it feels weird because again, you still gotta wait. Even if you uninstall a game, you still gotta wait like 3 or 5 hours for it to finish downloading. Like, come on, man. You know, back then it was just the disc, pop it in, that's it. Got a whole like stash of games like piled up. You just pick whatever one, put it in, that's it. It works. Now
The
it's
good old days.
Yep.
now it's like no. That I would say that's one of amongst the many pet peeves I have. That's definitely a big one. I'm glad you brought that one up because I haven't talked about that. So, yeah. What
Waluigi.
about you, Waluigi?
Oh man, you're making me think hard. I mean, I'm kind of tired of developers oversaturating their game and giving no responses to people with negative reviews, like on Twitter. For example, Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They are glazing it so heavy,
Yeah.
and you read the types of threads that people are posting.
Dude, it's
Like,
so
hey,
funny.
this is culturally inaccurate. And there are some people that are trying to justify that the game has cultural inaccuracies, but not that the game sucks. And the whole game, or Ubisoft, I mean, they did some changes, but it still pisses me off. I'm like, how are you supposed to be an assassin when you're all Unga?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like when you're
I do.
no, not you this time. But like, they have Yasuke as this big-bodied samurai. I'm like, how does that fit an assassin when you're in broad daylight?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it makes no damn sense.
I'm like still trying to process that. I'm like,
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Assassin's Creed went downhill when they went that route
they
of
could have focused on other IPs and such, but they just
Prince of
kept
Persia.
exactly.
I'll keep saying it again and again.
But then that didn't work out well.
Yeah, because they're stupid.
Yes.
Like they shot themselves in the foot. Like, oh, let's use one of our most famous IPs and shit on it,
Yeah.
and then give it to people on a
oh yeah,
silver
we were talking
platter.
about the Killmonger cut, but that's a whole different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid crap.
But
That character's not
yeah.
even the prince.
developers oversaturating a really bad game, telling you to buy it, is probably the worst thing. And the company's known for that.
Yeah,
You'll see every positive comment and ignore the negatives.
always.
When a company like that's supposed to be communicating with everybody.
Everyone. I mean, look at the Warframe community.
Oh my god.
They are actually thriving
The Warframe.
to this day. You don't hear anything bad about Warframe, cause
They'll respond.
yeah, they respond, everything's effective, and the whole game's free.
And,
Like they're happy.
and even when you talk bad about Marvel Rivals, they're very responsive with complaints, threats, warnings, etc.
Yeah,
Like, if someone says a comment, they will literally look back at a recording and say, hey, yeah, this guy actually said it, let's ban his ass. Like, they're actually responsive. Like, that's a good... Even though Marvel is all that, how they're treating Rivals is actually very nice.
yeah.
It's going to be a generic slop, but it's a nice slop so
Hey,
far.
You know, like I said, it's on its high horse now.
It's on its
you
high
know,
horse, but a community like that or devs responding to people's complaints and wishes and cries is perfect. Blizzard had a harder time with Overwatch.
Don't get me. Yeah.
Blizzard itself.
Let's not get into that.
Oh my
Let's
god!
not get
I
into
will
that.
gladly but Blizzard's a whole different story of how responsible they've
But
been,
yeah, no, let's not get into that.
and they're trying to compensate with just, hey, you remember that mode 10 years ago that we played? Let's
We're
bring
br-
it back.
Yeah, we're bringing it back,
And
which is the
everyone's-
original.
and everyone's eating it. Like my hatred is towards gaming developers that aren't responsive to its players, or not reactive enough per se.
Okay. Okay. For me, my pet peeve is, and I hate to say this, but there's too many gotcha games out there, man.
Please stop with the
like,
gotcha
like,
games. Yes, thank you.
like there is way too many because
Says the guy that has 5 is crazy.
Hey, that's true. That is true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. You can't give me shit no more because I only played
can't,
one.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. The reason why I say that is because since I'm a part of this genre now, this genre community, whatnot, I hear that there's like 8 more coming on the way.
Fuck that, dude.
I'm just like, bro,
Why?
because it sells.
I mean, okay, yeah, it sells.
And anything with an anime IP is a gotcha game already.
No, I know it sells, but dog, it's so oversaturated.
Yeah, there's there's way too many. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot of gotchas, and that
It's like
there's more coming on the way. I'm just like
There's so many anime
the
gachas.
one that I will say this, the one that I am very anticipated for is the one where it's like it's big and it's open world. And I've seen
Isn't that all of them? Well, not all of them, but
not all of them, but
ZZZ, Genshin Impact.
Yeah,
but
Genshin-
it's like it's similar, but it's like in a but it has like its own GTA. style.
Oh yeah, I know that
oh
project.
what?
Yeah,
Yes, I know about this one.
yeah, it's another gotcha game coming, which that one I'm interested in playing, but other than that, just like bro, there's way too many, and when I look at like quality of gotcha games, it's just like a lot of they may look good, but it's ass. It is complete ass.
I mean, it's
the-
it's either that or ass is what you see anyways in these games.
Yeah.
yes,
yeah.
yes,
I respectfully
But-
call you out, brother.
yes, but I mean ass in terms of like it's really not that good, and it's like
Oh, okay.
why are y'all bringing this out? Because there is no like I don't see the reward factor other than just the fan service. Like as I said before, fan service is good as long as there's some substance that keeps it
You
No.
have said this.
that keeps it up, that keeps it fresh, that keeps it interesting. Otherwise, people just get bored and they're going to move on.
Yeah, rather than style over substance,
Yeah.
That
You know, that's well said.
it's exactly why, like I said, it's oversaturated. It's overdone. The fact that there's 8, I didn't even hear. Like I only know of
There's 8 coming.
Yeah. I know about 2.
I only know of I think 3.
Japan and South Korea. Like South Korea are really getting into the gotcha game market.
Yeah.
They're really getting into it, and they have found success in a couple of gotcha games,
It's the Battle of the Asias, and I'm loving it.
lame.
and of course China as well.
Mm-hmm.
China's been on it.
So you have just those 3 countries making gotchas, and
China has like so many under their belt.
yeah,
Too many.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
Yes.
what more? How
Yes,
like
is the answer.
and-
they're
on
the
top of that-
Daddy of gotcha.
yeah, and on top of that, they're adding more characters to each of the game.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm going to say this a few more times as you're still complaining because I do
Dude.
agree.
You're like, I don't know.
And y'all probably will agree with me on this one, but I think the reason why they're seeing a lot of success with these gotcha games because it's the more legal way of gambling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It's a legal way of gambling.
Yeah,
we have so many gotcha games now that now there's just a casino on every street.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Or
hey,
just every app.
what was shut down about the loot box system?
Yeah.
That shit was shut
Yeah.
down. It's only a matter of time until this shit gets shut down. I see it happening not
The
soon,
Hydra.
not soon, but it's gonna happen.
Probably in oncoming years because Overwatch had a loot box system.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, yeah, here's just a battle pass instead. Good luck, kiddo.
Yeah, gambling is just is the gaming world's Hydra. You cut off one head, 2 more
Another-
roll
yep.
back into
Yep.
place.
Genshin
Yeah.
was
You
known
take
for
down the
that.
loot boxes, now there's more battle passes and gotcha games.
You take out the battle passes. There's the
It's just game.
the yeah.
It's just game and no one likes that for some reason.
So I don't know, bro. Like you said, fan service is good.
So
like
you're
unless there's substance.
so Silver, you're telling me you're going to get into 6 gotcha games this year.
You're
No.
crazy, bro.
Nah.
Crazy as
Are you
hell.
subtracting or increasing?
No, I'm actually subtracting. If anything, I'm just gonna dedicate my time to
There we go.
to at least a minimum of 3.
And
Because
this is the revival arc that we've been looking for.
Three's too many, bro. I don't. Damn.
there's one that I'm 100% dedicated on, and
Nikkei.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes.
And then there's also Girls Frontline 2, which I've also been
Yes.
that I got on, and that's just I would say those are the only 2 that I'm like,
You almost
Heavy
got me-
on.
You almost got me into one, but I held back.
which one, Brown Dust 2?
Brown Dust 2.
I don't blame you.
I walked away. I'm like, I got to be a responsible adult. Or get
But that
someone
game
like-
is very forgiving to the point where you don't even have to spend money.
Oh.
It just and if, when it comes to doing like the daily stuff or whatnot, like you can do it in about 25 minutes.
I just play Tetris like a normal person sometimes, or Sudoku. I'm boring.
Just,
You're
I'm
witnessing
glad.
peer pressure in action, folks.
I'm glad I.
But the story is like kind of
It's just Brown Dusty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No more gotchas for me, man.
I don't.
I re-downloaded Genshin not too long ago, and then I was like, dude, fuck this. This is so boring.
Yeah, I never really got into gotchas. I downloaded Genshin once because I like a lot of my friends were playing it. I played it for like 10 minutes. Like, oh, this is boring.
It's boring.
I think I just watched my friends play Wuthering Waves for like the week,
I played that too.
and he maxed out the combo. He maxed out his level where they wouldn't allow him to level up because the game was just coming.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm bored.
There's too many, and they all basically look the same.
Yeah.
Honkai Star Rail looks the same as Genshin.
Yep.
Unless they're
Zenla Zero looks the same as Genshin.
played that too.
WarioWare games are all the same.
They're all
Yeah.
the same.
Not the
It's
sound
just-
fucked
it's
up.
the same
And I feel like
graphics,
there's some-
same character design, same character models.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Same
I think
archetypes.
Zenless is a
Yeah.
little bit less guilty of it than the others, but it's still there.
Like,
I mean,
Don't get me wrong.
They have their like archetypes. They have like big broly guy, skinny broly guy, guns. woman
well,
with guns.
now they decided to do that after Genshin was just flopping, making the same
Swords,
shit
katanas.
over and over again. But
Yeah,
Furries.
I know three male characters from Zenless, and that's two more body types than I know of any male character.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know Zenless had male characters.
It has the guy that looks like Ragnar, but with a
Yes,
with like a robot face,
it's
Yeah.
not like
and
Deadpool.
then there's the wolf guy and the bear.
At this point, I think every gacha is just only female characters.
yes,
Yeah.
That's what sells.
Yeah.
There's
I
the
mean,
archetype.
yeah,
Money
You have-
talks.
definitely, it
You
sells.
have the lewd, you have the nun, you have the shorty that might look questionable. Like, there's a lot of archetypes that's concerning.
Yeah, no, it's
And
they
most of them are like
Yeah.
pale skin and blue eye.
always pale skin, always.
It's like, why is there no diversity in these
There is no.
games?
Why would there be, dude?
Like, where's the seasoning?
The several times that Genshin did
It's all
like
good
diversity
food.
characters,
Like, what?
They suck.
They were shade pale.
yeah, they're just like a shade darker, and they suck. They're not playable.
They're in the hot sun and they're like Edward Cullen's white. Like, they're
Ah, man.
outer white.
Get out of here.
I think the word like if you introduce one attractive dark skinned character to all the Chinese like Genshin characters, it's like going back in time and giving a Victorian child a Dorito.
Yeah, yeah,
That's you did not miss with that one. You're right.
yeah, dude. It's freaking insane. God, whatever.
Man, that's
Fuck.
why they don't got my wallet.
Hey man,
Fuck
they had mine for
Part of
some
my
time,
language,
but
still.
Yeah.
once I got my lick, that's it. I was out. I'm like, all right, I'm
I've
done.
never had one. That's why I'm,
I'm
still
done.
spending it on card games.
Nah, dude, bro.
Yeah.
Even with the, cause I was a little interested in Nikkei.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even with the Nier collab and the Chainsaw Man collab, I was like, nah, I can't. I won't. Fuck this. Fuck this shit, bro.
At least I will tell you that you would like it a lot better than Genshin, because at least the story is very good enough to the point where it keeps you hooked to where, all right, I want to see what's gonna happen in the next 2 chapters.
Right.
Like, cause I look at it I play Nikkei as if I'm watching an actual anime, with the plot being so good to the point where it's like, I want to see what's gonna happen with this character, where they're gonna go from this point on and whatnot. The conspiracies that happen within the game, universe and the lore of it and whatnot. Like, it keeps you interested and keeps you guessing like what's gonna happen next, because now you see the plot actually moving.
Yeah.
You're seeing characters actually growing and leveling up, and you also have some very tragic, bad stories to where it's like the game is mad depressing. I don't care what
Yeah.
anyone says. It is mad depressing, but damn, it's good.
I feel like that's something that other gacha games need, because at
like
least
good storytelling to
Yeah.
where it's like, if you're trying to cater to a crowd of people that also like to watch anime, then try to, I wouldn't say bring anime tropes into the game, which you kind of see it in these gacha games,
Yeah.
but really good storytelling and really good world building. And I think that's why I've been playing Nikkei for 2 years now.
Mhm.
That the world building is so good and the storytelling is good, and each of the characters are different and unique, that they have like their own, they're their own person.
Yeah, that's where I can't speak on the other gacha games, but that's where Genshin is severely failing,
We
Because
gotta fight the
every
darkness.
It's,
character you meet.
it's all white bread.
It's yeah, it's all plain white bread. They're all basically have the same dialogue. They immediately befriend you as soon as you meet them.
We're friends now.
Yeah, we're friends now. Oh, let's go save the Archon, and then the Archon becomes your best friend, like they always fucking do.
And
Like
let's
there's
fight the darkness.
no substance. That's
And
why.
then the darkness doesn't fucking end.
Yeah, yeah.
The evil doesn't stop, and your wallet doesn't stop.
And then
Yeah.
you win, and that's it. Now you gotta wait until you go to the next region for
It's-
another year.
it's
Like,
like,
oh
oh,
my god.
this place has been liberated. Let's wait for another place to be liberated, and then our place that we liberated again. has been
Exactly,
liberated.
dude. Genshin was so good in the first 3 regions, cause the third one you're actually fighting, like one of the Archons for the first and only time you actually fight the Archons, and it was good. It was like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen, you know? But
Yeah.
then after that, fucking nosedive to the ground. Like every Archon was boring. Every character was boring. Everyone just wants to be your friend. You're like it's like the main character syndrome. That's what that game has.
Yeah.
Like they put all the body in the start of the game, and then like the further in you go, it's just they didn't really think that far ahead. It's all
They didn't- yeah,
it's
exactly.
a filler episode.
Exactly.
Like you know the one song that you hear in every Naruto filler episode.
Yeah.
It's just you hear
It's
that,
that.
for the whole game.
It's so it's so tragic. Tragic, bro.
It is a tragedy. Yeah, gotchas don't got it.
Honestly, and like it doesn't have enough fan service. Not just Genshin, but any of the other games. Like they don't have enough fan service for me to be like,
Talking
yeah.
about
What do you mean?
people make models in Goon,
No, I know that, but even that, like, it's still not enough for me to be like, yeah,
and you
I'll keep playing it.
you also
No.
got the cosplayers. It's outside of the game that you get attracted to.
I mean, even the cosplayers.
Yes,
Nah.
No.
yes, I know.
I'm with AJ on that
Yeah,
one.
I like don't get me started with the cosplayers, bro.
I know people will dress up and not play the game and get people hooked onto
No,
the game.
I don't mind that. They could dress up and not play the game, cool, because like the character designs are pretty nice.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say things that will get me canceled
again.
about about some cosplayers that cosplay from gotcha games. But yeah, no, it's just it's tragic.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I said my pet peeve is that there's too many.
Too many.
It's going to become a very oversaturated field, and a lot of them are competing to get that first place. But this is also as I said, it's a legal way of gambling.
Yo.
And the profit is you get no profit.
Exactly.
You just get a nice
You just get a nice
3D
looking.
model.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
nice skin. That's the only profit that you get. and
Lame.
whatnot.
I want to make profit off of what I do.
It's just you could just tell the developers that make these games, which are most of the time they're all working on the same like 20 games.
Yeah,
You could just tell that that's all they do. That's the only thing that they do every day is just work on the game and they goon to that game.
Power to them.
Let's be real, that all they do is goon to that fucking game and they keep making the same shit, and you could see it like in each of the games they make. It's the same crap. So it's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Even like the non-related like women gotcha games, like the anime games, you'll see like Jujutsu Kaisen, you'll see One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Dokkan is an example. You'll see people just liking these 2D skins or 2D characters.
Yeah, like, relax.
Or
dude.
these 3D models doing the same thing. Hey, I gotta level up. I need $5. Or I need your credit card number and the funny numbers in the back.
Yeah, dude.
And the date and expiration. Like, those type of games, people will not care. I met someone that spent $40 just to get one character from, like, a release date that had 20 days left to the end of it. And it was, like, some random One Piece game.
as I said, it's gambling.
It's gambling of extra steps. I'm like, why would you spend that type of money? I mean, I have no position to say anything, but still.
Mm.
If it's your money, you can spend it we will just judge you from a distance,
Yeah.
respectfully.
Hey, bro.
Now back to you.
Yeah, I think now that I've thought about this, I think my one big pet peeve that I think helps tie everything together is that not only as like in terms of the game itself, but also the people playing gaming has become too much of a business, because not only have we been talking about all the like the gotcha and all that, all the microtransactions, yada yada. There's also things people don't really try to branch out, try to do something goofy. Like last week, when Polybius was here, you guys talked a lot about this. People don't do anything off the beaten path. They don't do anything like silly at their locals or anything. Because I'm gonna be honest, I've been guilty of this as well. Where like just I'll enter a tournament, I'll go 0-2, I'll just like watch them for a little while, and I'll leave.
Yeah.
Because like I'll be honest, I and a lot of other people have been guilty of that, and I've definitely had issues with like social anxiety and all that. But I think people should try and branch out more. Like whenever I go to the corner of the venue and I see the guy playing P plus or something, like, and I try joining that guy, then I end up having fun for 2 hours. So I think people should just try make gaming less of a business when you're playing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because a game is meant to have fun
Yeah.
for the most part.
People sometimes take the whole thing too seriously, like with the gacha games. They keep trying to get they try to get all the new anime girls or whatever, instead of like enjoying the main game or seeing just trying to find your own individual enjoyment out of the game, what you like playing.
Mm-hmm.
And again, what you guys were talking about last week, if you're playing Smash or something, you're already out of the tournament. It's time to play friendlies, turn some items on or something, or just try to make something more out of the game than just what you've been told to do.
Yeah. And when we had that conversation with Polybius on our last episode or whatnot, like I agreed with him, and I also agree with you that after these competitive events, let's have some fun events. Let's just do something. If we're playing Smash, like we don't have to play to like competitive tournament standards. Like I play this game to enjoy the game. Like for me, I play Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, and every time I hop online or online, I'm talking about on like Twitter or whatnot, I see people complaining about the game. They complain about the game or whatnot on a competitive level. And I'm just like, I don't feel that way like y'all do because I play this game just to have fun. And yeah, I'll lose a couple here and there or whatnot, but it's just like I don't get so overly pissed off or mad or whatnot. Now, if I win and it's a close set, cool, I'm gonna feel hype about it. But if I lose, then I'm like, I lost. I'm gonna see what I did wrong. We're like, okay, I kind of get it, or whatnot. And then just, all right, I'm just gonna go about my day and just continue to have fun and still play the game. And I want to play more fun events. I like, how about a Grand Blue tournament where it's just, all right, everyone just random select. And just see how, and let's just see how it goes. Like something fun, something different and unique that is not going to be so competitively focused on.
Yeah, like I had an idea once, like trying to run something. Just you don't have a set game. We're just gonna have a wheel of a bunch of weird like small titles. We spin the wheel. That's the game we're playing. Like you just sign up for the mystery tournament. We spin the wheel. Oh, now we're playing Sailor Moon S or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it does sound like fun. Just a bunch of random stuff, people mashing buttons.
Yeah, I think
like the old times.
Yeah, I've seen some things like that. Like I think they have something like that at Frosty, right? They have like a different game each round or something.
Yeah.
So I think really not only the fighting game community, but even like the larger gaming community needs stuff like that. It's just I have the most examples from the fighting game community because that's my biggest fear.
That's a valid one.
No, I definitely agree with that. Like more fun events, and even if it's not going to be competitive, like just have fun, just gaming or whatnot. Because we're all here to game, we're all here to have fun or whatnot. So why not? But you just have those certain individuals where all they care about is just competing, and once they're competing, they don't even stay to interact or engage with other people. They're just like, they just get their money, they just leave and whatnot. And then when they realize that, oh, not a lot of people are coming out for a tournament, then they'll be like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah, like,
I'm just like,
yeah, like if I go to a Smash tournament or something, I go to obviously because I'm not good, and then like I'm looking for a friendly setup. I just like I want to have fun or something, and then I see like on that one friendly setup, there's just people playing their mains as usual on small Battlefield or PS2 again, or like I don't know, do something different. Just let's do, I don't know, DK Dittos on Congo Jungle or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems
What are you gonna say?
no like I agree.
That does sound fun.
I agree. I miss it kind of just reminded me of like the just random meetups with friends, like, oh, let's just play Smash, like
Yeah.
just anything random, like, haven't done that in a long time.
Me too.
But yeah, just reminded me of that, because that was one of the biggest things that kind of
That's
not
what makes people love gaming, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually, because I used to play a lot of MK back then, and Smash and Street Fighter, and I just did it for fun. I've never like actually competed. But competing sounds fun. A little intimidating sometimes, because you never know who you're gonna be paired up with.
Yep.
But it's me, like, as a competitive person, like, by nature, I try not to compete, because not that I'll be the kind of person that'll take it too serious, but I won't stop until I get that one win.
Yeah.
And like, to an extent, that seems a little toxic, because I just won't stop.
Mhm.
So like, I try not to like be like that. I try not to. That's why, like, you won't see me like really compete. So usually, like, if it ever comes to any kind of fighting game, I'm just in it for fun. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to master this character, or like, not master, but just get a feel for it. Literally any kind of fighting game, even ones that I've never heard of. Like, I'll be down to play it just to try it out, see. But yeah, like, I agree with what you're saying.
I do want to piggyback off of that, like, because you mentioned MK, and I was on Twitter. I was watching Herbs. I was watching his clips of Mortal Kombat or whatnot, and they're funny, and it made me remember of all the funny stuff that I would do in Mortal Kombat just to like piss people off. I would say that would be the one thing that I miss about playing MK1 is just pissing people off online, because of the way how you play. And then they just turn on the mic and they just start cursing at you or whatnot. I remember I used to do that a lot with MK11, especially. It was just hilarious. And then when you had Mercy, and then I would hit him with a friendship afterwards or whatnot. It's even better.
Oh no, I just love retaliating people after Mercy.
I think that kind of stuff makes memories, really. It sticks in the back of people's minds. Since we keep bringing up MK, if I think the first funny MK clip that I ever think of is that one Justin Wong clip where he keeps firing the rocket launcher against that kid who's like 7.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or that one time, who was it? Was it Punk versus
I know what you're talking about.
Are you?
We were there. We at CEO Otaku.
Striker,
Yeah, Striker.
You're
When
talking about Striker, and he looked like he was about to like kill him.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that shit. That
Long
was
story short,
that
everyone
was
knew that Ashura's fatal blow was an overhead.
Yeah.
He
yeah
got low, got hit. He's just like, damn.
yeah.
And man, you just see Punk smirk.
That was one of those moments.
Oh yeah, that was an iconic moment.
Dude.
Ben Parsa getting third too. Before that. We were just roasting everybody.
He also for some reason he also kind of reminded me of the days of Low Tier God getting
Yeah.
going crazy on people, like, on live, dude. Man.
That's when gaming is fun, especially when you're competing in fighting games. That's when it's fun. When you get emotions like that where people are just getting mad or upset, especially when you're playing online. Like, I live for those moments. That's what made me enjoy Mortal Kombat so much more. Compared to some of these other fighting games, like, yes, I do play Grand Blue a lot, but I don't get a lot of hate. And it's like, I want to get hate.
That's
I want to get, like, because there's crossplay, of course, you don't get to hear the people on the mic or whatnot. I never hear no one on the mic.
You know they're crying for help internally.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the best.
Same with Street Fighter 2, but you also have the little chat thing and whatnot, which I get it, but it's just like
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It does not hit the same when that person on the other line puts on their headset and then they start cursing you out and whatnot because of the way how you played, and then you beat them so badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I got cussed out in
that in
Spanish once.
particular, we have just someone puts on the headset, starts talking
Man,
shit.
I'm
That's a
fucking
that's
pissed
a
off.
loss. That's something we've kind of lost, really.
Yeah.
Oh, one. Yeah,
It's
dude.
absolutely not as common nowadays.
No.
And I understand why, like we don't want the toxicity or yada yada. Sometimes the toxicity is fun.
Yes.
That's what gives these games not just more fun. It's just like it's nature, it's character. It's like
Yeah.
oh
Think-
okay.
And
Yeah.
it also helps extend the life of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
Just to use a stupid pun, you need the salt to add flavor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn.
Like
Man, I want to get my PS5 now.
dude, I miss like the old 360 days. Where you just you just hop on, you get your ass beat, you get mad as fuck, and you just
Not to cut you off because I know you played this game. Did you get a lot of hate in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
of course,
People turn on their mic and just like cursing you
dude.
out.
Yes.
And,
They're like,
you know,
oh,
I'm not
of
sure-
course you're using Gogeta. They just start going crazy and crazy, getting creative with their words. I'm like,
The clips,
man.
the clips and the reels and the TikToks that I've seen people raging in that game. Oh my god, just
Dude.
love it.
I want to see one like indie developer or something, dude. I want proximity chat in a fighting game.
Yes, yes.
Like I want to start zoning someone from full screen, and then they finally get in. I want to hear ah. I want to hear them just.
Yes,
yelling
I've been,
into them.
I've always asked for that.
I love King of the Hill chats too.
Yes, Mortal Kombat was good for those. Oh
Yeah.
my god, when you had so many people watching, two people playing at it, and whatnot, and
Yeah.
they're all talking shit. Oh my
I
god.
miss those moments.
Yes, they were so good. Like
Man, I miss toxicity.
Dude, but-
I want to get my PS5 back later.
Dude, but nowadays, bro, you'll get chat banned for saying anything stupid. So I definitely prefer like shit talking on mic.
See,
You can't get chat banned there.
you can get blocked.
You
might
can get blocked, but
Yeah.
like if you get blocked, that's it. You won. Like
AJ.
Yeah.
You can get blocked, but they still can't block the mix.
exactly.
Yeah,
Be
like,
toxic.
like you need to hear the salt. It's not
Yeah.
like if you're on Fightcade or something, just hearing someone typing out salt. I mean, there's some fun in that, but it's not the same.
yeah.
Yes.
You can just imagine someone just going, "Have a nice day," or I love when Microsoft just censors explicit words and they just say something else. Like,
Dude.
instead of saying "f you," it's like "Have a great day."
Yeah. Overwatch does that. Cause dude, I've already got chat banned like twice already. In Overwatch. But I would say like, cause you can't say GG easy, and so it replaces it with like have a nice day or like I really could use a hug right now or something random and stupid.
I loved you once.
Dude, yeah, like I'm like,
Yeah.
come on,
I
man,
love
like
you too,
like
man.
what is this, bro? What is this, man? I had to start getting creative with like the way I would like spell words
Even with certain
for it
names.
to actually get across, so they know what the hell I'm trying to say to them.
Speaking of Marvel 2, you know what I love about it?
What?
You can't have a toxic name or something explicit.
What do you mean? I have it.
So if someone has foot job, they weren't allowed to have it. They put foot employment.
That's funny. Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
That is funny. That was
My
that cannot be real.
Wait, on MK you said?
No, Marvel Rivals.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. If they censored names on MK, that would be nonsensical.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
very
It
no,
was.
but my
right?
Well, the custom variations. Some people have said some racist things on there.
Yeah.
But
dude in Black Ops 6, the names are crazy as hell.
Oh yeah.
They're so
out of
funny.
pocket. Then the custom emblems in Black Ops 2.
Dude, I know.
We're talking about history right now.
I
Oh,
know,
yeah.
bro.
That is
Toxicity.
history.
Toxicity creates moments like these that are extremely.
Exactly,
That
bro.
people will remember.
Yeah.
A lot.
I worry that someday they're going to try to erase this from the annals of history. Erase the toxicity. From
I know.
history.
Nah, they're
Just-
not.
It would be like the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
So the funny thing about that is people will still have clips no matter what.
Oh yeah.
They'll
This
still
is-
have clips on their phone.
It's shit like that is the reason why Call of Duty is so popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I honestly don't think it would be nearly as popular if not for those toxic
Yeah.
like party chats
Or role playing.
or yeah, or role playing. Yeah.
I always if I think of COD and like toxicity, I think of that one clip of like the guy complaining about the riot shield.
Yeah,
yeah.
the riot shield or the flashbang, like flash spawn, dude, like come on,
It's like,
it's shit like that that builds like the character of a game, like it's so, dude, you can't get rid of that.
I love history.
But it's funny that you said like restricting names, because my name in Marvel Rivals is Wilma Digfit.
How do you spell it? It's a question.
I had to spell it kind of funny,
There we go.
but like when you actually say it, it's like, oh, Wilma Digfit. Okay. I had to go back to like my old Kahoot days, but yeah, I'm gonna change it eventually to something even more like menacing. But
You'll need to spend money on that one.
yeah, no, but dude, like it's funny when it's funny when you're like you get your ass beat by someone and then you read their name, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow, like you can't even be mad anymore. It's like, that's funny
You
as
still
hell.
have to be mad.
Like,
You could still be
Yeah.
mad.
like the amount of times I've just beat that stupid shark with Iron Fist, and it just says Wilma Dickfit beat so and so. It's like, dude, it's funny. It's funny. It's shit like that. It's like another form of banter.
That's true.
But yeah, like I love seeing shit like that. Like I've already seen some wild names in Marvel Rivals, but I've seen
Right.
some crazy names in Black Ops.
I've seen people just do some voices and being creative.
Dude,
Yeah.
crazy.
Man, I love
crazy.
toxic gaming sometimes.
Same.
It makes the gaming world much more entertaining to an extent
Oh yeah, it does.
versus toxic gameplay.
Like,
I'm coughing now. I'm awake now.
I love that kind of shit. I kind of wanna hop back on Marvel Rivals just to see what name.
Me too.
Dude, even same in Destiny, people come up with the craziest freaking names, and that's permanent. You can't change it no more. So people are stuck with like some just some
I
wild
group
names.
called
Yeah.
Vex, Dregs, and Rock and Roll.
There are some like really out of pocket ones. Like really out of It's so funny.
I have a username named Raw Dog Steve. I don't even know where I got that from. I'm not even a Steve.
Like
Still in the archives somewhere.
I love that shit.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on time. Unga Bunga, any final thoughts? Anything that you want to say on our episode? Anything you want to share? The mic is yours.
Well, I mean, I guess first off, I'd just like to say thank you for having me here.
Not a problem.
It's been a lot of fun, and I just like to, I guess, just keep playing, keep the spirit alive, because as we've been talking about, sometimes things they try to bog things down, try to keep the spirit of gaming alive.
Yeah.
Keep all the banter, all the little funny moments with your friends. Keep that spirit alive.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Waluigi, AJ, anything?
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I love how you introduced us to Fossil Fighter. I did not know a game like that existed.
Yeah.
I love how there's always someone in an interview that has a unique game that they've played. And I like the opinions you had as well. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed your opinions and the interesting things you had to say. It made me it made me think on, like I said, different topics that I never got to talk about before. So I'm glad that you brought those up, and I was able to like chime in a little bit on that. But yeah, no, for the most part, that's I think I've laid everything out on the table today. I guess I'll just reiterate one more time. I'm very excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. So
I can see that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's exciting.
Unga Bunga, thank you again for being a guest on our podcast. Great conversations that we had, and yeah, like Waluigi said, anytime we have someone new on this podcast, there's always a game we've never even heard of that you probably grew up with, that you have memories of, and it's just like, it's always wonderful to, for you to hear your story on, how you come up on gaming and whatnot. So thank you again. Glad to have you. And with that, everyone who was watching, tuning in, thank you guys so much for watching and whatnot. Thank you guys for subscribing and following, whether you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. of course, you already know audio playback is going to be available on Spotify and everywhere else later on. And, of course, video playback is going to be on YouTube and Facebook. So, with that being said, this has been episode 117 of the South Florida Gamers podcast.
Ooh,
And
117.
We are signing off.
Peace.
Halo reference, right?